trying to get my energy up. It's very early in the morning, but welcome back to the Love Letters to Broadway podcast, the podcast that gives you tips, tricks, advice, and talks all things Broadway. My name is Skylar.
And I'm Michelle, and we're sleepy.
Just a little bit. It's early in the morning. Well, it's not really that early, but whatever. It's a Saturday. Vibes are, it's raining. Not just
Uh-huh.
raining, it's pouring.
Yeah, I woke up like 20 minutes ago,
Yeah.
but like it's just like meh out today.
Yeah, it's gross. But
Mhm.
so today's our final like Tony. This is our last Tony episode and we'll stop talking about it, maybe. Of 2025, which is so weird because it doesn't feel like the Tonys happened and now it's like we're past it.
The season's come to a close.
And now everyone's talking about like the upcoming season. Like I listened to a different Broadway podcast and they were talking about who they think will be nominated next year and who's going to
Oh,
come in. And I was like, oh my God.
I think it's a little too early to talk about
Yeah, I was like,
like
oh my God, that's
nominees.
crazy. And all the new shows. And but then it got me excited for the new shows because I forgot Rocky Horror was coming. I was like, oh, I forgot about that.
Do they think Rocky Horror is going to be nominated for something?
Well, they think maybe the person who plays Janet will be nominated for leading, which I don't know.
Oh.
Um, But yeah, so we're gonna do our usual, hyperfixations. We didn't see any shows this week. We had um what's the word? A sabbatical. No. What's the word I'm looking for? Like a rest week. We skipped a week, which was weird.
Wait, we skip.
Um,
Wait, what are you talking about?
like we didn't see any shows, so we had no adventures to
Well,
discuss.
our adventure that what this week was the Tony Awards watch party
Well, yeah, that was last week.
and
Um,
Boot. I thought it was just this past Sunday.
I don't know, but whatever. We'll talk about it later. We'll do our hyperfixations. We have a lot of Broadway news, a lot of people getting injured, dot, dot, dot. Um, and then we'll talk about what we did Tony Day because we have thoughts. We have thoughts.
It was an interesting day.
Yeah. So you want to start with hyperfixation?
Sure. So, in my third place spot is a song that was on my list last week, but I'm still kind of obsessing over it especially after we saw Boop, which is
Can I
Portrait
guess?
of Betty.
Um,
Too late, too late.
too
I'm
late, too
sorry.
late.
But it's Portrait of Betty. I just really loved that song. Sung by Trisha. And I don't know, I find the lyrics very relatable, but also like inspiring, like at the end. And I really like the way she does like the opt up at the end. Um, I don't know, it's not like I mean, there's so many good songs in Boop. Like I love all the Ainsley songs too. Like I Speak Jazz is one of my favorites, but this is the one like weirdly I'm listening to on repeat recently. So that's in my third place spot. And number two. For some reason, I've started re-listening to the revival of Godspell.
Oh, that's random.
Like, very random, but like the
Well,
true
isn't he
theater
the guy
kid I
from Sing?
am. Hmm?
Wait, no, that's a different guy. Never mind.
Mm. I loved the revival of Godspell. It was at the Circle of the Square Theater years ago. It must have been at least 10 years ago now.
That's weird.
And I had a huge crush on Hunter Parrish, who was playing Jesus at the time.
You know who I got him confused with? Graham
Who?
Phillips.
Yes. Another one I had a huge crush on.
Yeah, like I don't know why. Like I just got them confused in my brain.
Mm. Mm. Both are lovely choices. There's no problem confusing those
Hmm.
two.
Well, isn't he gonna
Um,
be in Little Shop? Is that the same guy?
yes, and that's what I want to see. Actually, his first night in Little Shop is my birthday.
Is that comic?
Wonder if we get tickets to that for the two.
We have to make sure though, because Little Shop is like a couple of days before the lottery. I think it's at least one day before.
Yeah, we gotta enter early for that one. We can at least try.
Yeah, why not?
I would love that. Oh my God, to see Graham Phillips. Oh, okay.
It's gonna be great.
He's gonna be excellent. So yeah, in my second place spot is Bless the Lord from Godspell, which is Lindsay Mendez's song, where she goes, "Oh,
Queen.
bless the Lord, my soul." And it's just so. But just to name a few other songs I like from Godspell, not that they're on my hyperfixation list, but because I think everyone should listen to Godspell at some point, specifically the revival version. I love Day by Day. I love All Good Gifts, which is sung by Telly Leung. Light of the World, sung by Sir George Salazar. And I also really love Turn Back, Oh Man.
Hmm.
It's enjoyable. I
Yeah, I
don't
don't
know the
know.
word, but
I gotta find a bootleg. There's probably a bootleg.
if there is, please send that to me.
I'll look for it today. Wait, let me write that down. I'm putting on my to-do list.
Did
Yeah.
did I tell you what happened when I went to Godspell years ago?
Yeah.
I told you. I'll tell the podcast. So all I at the time, my biggest crush was Hunter Parrish. Like honestly, I had pictures of him in my locker even.
Wait, can I quickly say something? He's
Yes.
directing something on Long Island.
What?
I sent it to you. Did I?
Huh?
Wait, keep talking. I'll find it.
So I went with my mom and my two aunts, and the show was very interactive. It was Circle of the Square. They went in and out of the aisles a lot.
That's
I
cool.
didn't realize that at the time, but my whole family, they bought the tickets. I think it was actually for my birthday or something, or like it was for me, maybe for like a holiday. And they were like, you should sit on the aisle. And I got too nervous because back then I was like I got nervous about that stuff a lot, like audience interaction. Now I'm like, yeah, give me the aisle. But anyway, so I sat inside, and then wouldn't you know it, during the show, Hunter Parrish comes right down the steps, takes a seat right next to my aunt, and starts talking to her for like 2 minutes while the show's going on. And I'm just staring at this from down the aisle, like from down the row, whatever. And I'm like, are you actually kidding me? I was like, little high school me was like pissed. Then after the show, I go to get autographs and I'm with my family. And it's finally my turn with Hunter Parish. Things are going great. We have a nice little chat. I try not to look weird. And then my mom steps in and she goes, "Oh my God, Hunter, I loved you in this show and this show. You're such an incredible actor and this and this and this." And starts like breaking down all his acting he ever done. I was like, "Oh my God. Oh my God." I didn't even know she knew him. And he actually turns to me and he goes, "Do you know this lady?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's my mom." And
I'm
I was
putting
like,
yes.
"There goes all my chances with Hunter Parrish falling in love with me." The end.
It was Hunter Foster. I lied.
It's okay.
He's doing South Pacific.
Good show. Great show. So that's my Hunter Parrish story. Hunter, if you're listening to this, high school me had a big crush on you. And so that's my number one hyperfixation of the week. Um, I've also had a rebirth of listening to Glee, which, as you know, comes and goes. I always have like my Glee moments. Um, I would say the song that I'm hyperfixating over right now is Fighter.
What?
Fighter.
Fire?
Fighter.
Oh.
Fighther. It's the Christina Aguilera song. They did a cover of it in Glee.
Oh.
And it's sung by Darren Criss in Glee, aka Tony Award winner. And it's fantastic. So those are my three songs for the week. Very random.
Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah, I'm having a weird week. Um, but I think it's also because like I need like songs that are kind of like pump me up because it's my birthday week coming up. And in terms of just life in general and hyperfixations, don't be disappointed in me, but I've hardly played Toontown. I think I touched it once all week.
Mm.
Princess Cookie Honey Dazzle's probably gonna die.
Is
I haven't been
that
on.
what happens?
No, but in my brain that's what it happens.
Oh,
But I do need to go on. I have honestly it's not gonna be Princess Cookie and Honey Dazzle that's gonna die. It's gonna be my pet on there. Her name's Melody. She's gonna
okay.
die because I haven't feed her jelly beans. But It's a weird game. But I haven't been on Toontown, but of course, I've been hyperfixating over Degrassi. We're still on our Degrassi binge.
Okay.
I'm now on season 4. Jimmy just got boom boomed. He got shot
In school or like,
in school.
oh my God,
You know who plays Jimmy?
Drake.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Um, but yeah, he just got boom boomed. And as soon as that happens, the show always gets like immediately better. So now it's just like, yeah, it's good.
Why? Because like the drama, who did it?
Well, you know who does it immediately. You see it. They
Oh,
show
Dory.
it. But it's just because all of a sudden the show goes from like this is about like middle school or early high school kids. Like these are about like kids with serious issues.
Yeah.
Like these are like older high school kids. Like they're all now in like their at least like sophomore, junior, or senior year, and they're all like having intense issues. Like now there's stuff about like sex in the show.
Ooh, scandal.
There's it is scandalocious. Now there's stuff about like STDs
Ooh.
and videos and living on your own, and
Not
it's
the
just like,
videos. Not the
mm-hmm,
videos.
mm-hmm. It gets scandalocious now.
You know
Mm.
what my new favorite word is?
What?
This is just random because I've been saying scandalocious a lot, but skink.
Are we allowed to say that word on a podcast?
Yeah, that's not a mean word. Well, it's a mean word, but it's not a curse word.
I don't know. I always viewed it as a curse.
I haven't heard that word in like 10 years. And then someone said it, and I was like, oh my God.
Who said it? Why?
Well, I'm not saying why,
You can't say
but
why, but who said it?
my grandma. And now I just want to get into a fight with someone so I could say it. Like,
I'm sure you could do it plenty when we're driving into Manhattan. Whenever
literally.
Skylar and I drive into the city, Skylar especially, she'll like obviously the windows are rolled up, but she'll just yell at anyone crossing the street.
Well, because honestly, nobody looks.
They
It's
don't.
really scary. It's
Mm-hmm.
really scary. And they have headphones in, like, you're gonna get hit by a car.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I
Mm-hmm.
learned this week was that word. And I was like, oh my God, I haven't heard that word in like literally 10 years.
I'm sure you're gonna be using it when we see a show this week.
Yeah, I wonder.
Wonder
Wonder.
who's it gonna be aimed towards. I have some ideas.
Me too. But isn't it so like funny? It's like such a funny word. And I feel like if someone called me
It
that, I would
is.
just start laughing. Be like, oh my God, thank you.
I think I would too, only because it's like you sound like you're in the 1950s.
Right? I would laugh hysterically when she said it. I was like, oh my God, I haven't heard that word in so long. I want to use it. Like,
That's a funny one.
yeah. So yeah,
Word of the week. We should do a word of the week every week.
we should. Skank. Please go on Instagram and tell us how you use this word this week. That would be funny.
Please put it in a one sentence.
Yeah,
Summarize it.
literally. I cannot.
My
Sorry, that
God.
was so random. That just came to my
So,
brain.
so random, but it was great.
Yeah.
Other hyperfixations for the week. I think my only other hyperfixation is that it's my birthday week, and I'm excited for us to celebrate.
Yeah.
And I'm trying. I think I am hyperfixating over how to get my nails done for my birthday. That is a hyperfixation. I'm going
When you
back and forth on designs tomorrow. And birthday nails are a lot of pressure. I'm big on my nails.
go.
So that's it. I'm excited.
That's exciting. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, okay, so my week has been weird too. Like yours was all over the place. Mine was very
Hmm.
strange. Um, but the one thing that stayed consistent. Jeez, I can't talk.
It's too early.
Sorry. But I've been up. It's just I've not been up for fun reasons, but whatever. Um, Boop, when we saw it, I think it really elevated my love for the musical, and I think we both
Mm,
looked at each other and were like, "Holy moly! If this
incredible.
show closes, we're gonna be crushed." Um, because we just love it so much. And I think it's just such a fun show. And when you're like down in the dumps, like just go see Boop and you'll
We
feel
could
so
go
much
see Boop.
literally. Um, but She Knocks Me Out again is
Mm.
my hyperfixation. I just love Dwayne's songs. And especially seeing it live, I'm like, this man should have a Tony. Like, this is bullshit.
I
Um,
agree with that. I think Ainsley was a little bit of a hyperfixation for us this week.
Literally. But that's how you know he's a good leading man.
Hmm.
Like, that's how audience should feel.
You should want to be like, you should want to feel like you're being swept away by him, like swept
Yeah.
off your feet, like you want to be with him.
And it still amazes me that he's Australian. Like, I
Yeah.
would have
You
never,
could not tell. Mm-mm.
no, he does the American accent so well. But he was like incredible when we saw. They both were. Like, Jasmine was, well, I mean, we'll talk about it later, but so yeah. Then at two is Indian Train from Dead Outlaw. I'm obsessed.
What number is that?
You want me to start singing it? If I mess up the words, like don't judge me. There's an Indian train in the morning.
Who sings it?
They all do.
They all.
It's when they're gonna rob the bank, not the bank, the train. When he has
Oh, I
that bright
think
idea and there's
yes.
nothing there.
I think that was one of the numbers I liked.
The
I
harmony,
liked that. I also like when they were blowing up
yeah. Well, that
the
song isn't
things.
out yet. I want the
Oh,
full album. They only have a few songs, but I just love the harmonies when like it's like a five-piece harmony, and I'm like, oh my God. Again, Jeb Brown should have won, but whatever. Um, I'm weirdly obsessed with that, which I think is interesting.
hmm.
Then at one, you're never gonna guess this, like ever. But do you want to try? No, you're not gonna
I,
get it.
ca- let's see. I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mamma Mia.
No,
Um,
it should be.
what other shows do you like? Les Mis.
No, you're not gonna get it. But after, it's really strange. It's really strange.
Okay,
And
okay.
we've famously come on here and said we did not really like the revival of it. But after watching Audra's performance of Rose's Turn, I can't stop listening to it.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
What?
Exactly. Okay, we famously came on here. We did see her understudy, and it was her first time.
Mhm.
Wasn't it her first time ever in the role when we saw her?
I'm not sure about that. I don't know.
I think it was. I think it was her first time. And we famously came on here and said we weren't wowed. I don't know if it would change if we saw Audra. I think we'd be wowed that it is Audra. But
Yeah.
after watching her performance of the Tonys, which a lot of people love or hate it, I loved it. I thought it really showcased Mama Rose in a way that the understudy didn't. But
See, I loved her acting with it, but I still don't personally love the operatic Mama Rose. Like I want belting. Like my favorite part when she was doing the Tony performance is at the very end where she just like belted it out and went from opera finally more to a belt. But I do think she I understood this version of Gypsy more after seeing the Tony
right?
performance. And I still do think what we thought last time, that this show was formed around
Audra.
Audra to play Mama Rose. So when you don't see Audra, the show itself is lacking.
So I've been like really like every time I get in the car, it's like one of the first songs I put on, which is so strange. So strange for me. Um, so yeah, that was my week. I'm
Interesting.
watching Ginny and Georgia.
Oh, I haven't started it yet. Don't spoil it for me.
I won't. I'm only 3 episodes in. I watch it slowly because really I watch a little bit before work and but after work I read a lot. But
Wait, are you talking about the new season or Ginny and Georgia in general?
no, the new season.
Okay, yeah, I haven't. I've watched the show in general. I haven't watched the new season. Don't spoil it. Although, of course, TikTok has spoiled like half of it.
Yes, and I will put out a PSA. That's so rude.
Mm,
Stop doing that because like why are we spoiling everything? I had to scroll so fast. But also like
yes.
the guy who plays Paul,
Hmm.
George's husband, posted something and I like had to quickly scroll too because I was like, he's spoiling it too.
Why is he spoiling his own show? Don't you want the viewership so you guys get renewed?
I was so mad. I was so mad.
Stupid.
So mad, so mad. And I'm still reading The Sunrise of the Reaping, the last book of the Hunger Games. I'm gonna finish it today. I have like 50 pages left. Um, but yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah, that was my
Excellent
week.
week. Good week.
That was my week.
We both had random weeks.
It was very strange. I think because like life is all over the place. So
Oh,
then like music taste was all over the place. And
preach.
yeah. But
So
yeah,
then, do you want to talk before we get into Broadway news? You want to talk a little bit about like what we did this week, or you want to hold that off till after Broadway news?
probably after because we'll talk about all the Tonys. Tony
Okay.
Day. We'll walk them
Tony's.
through our Tony Day.
So then the first piece of Broadway news, it was announced that there's a few leave of absences happening out of
Yes,
nowhere.
everyone good?
Interesting also that everyone chose to wait until right after the Tonys to announce it. So the first one is Hell's Kitchen lead, Jessica Vosk, is taking a 3-week leave of absence. She's going to be out of the show June 16th through July 8th. I think I read online she's having some
Bad.
sort of back issue.
Yeah, which is interesting. I feel bad.
Yeah, not
But does
fun.
this usually happen after the Tonys?
Not that I remember all
Yeah.
these leave of absences. Um, and the
And
other
then,
leave of, do you want to say it?
oh, I was just gonna go to Mamma Mia, but I guess we should talk about Megan Hilty.
Yeah, just while on the topic of absences. So that was the other big announcement this week is that Megan Hilty is taking a leave of absence from Death Becomes Her, which that was literally announced the day after the Tonys, which to me that's very fishy.
Vocal injury.
Yeah, for 3 to 4 weeks. But she sounded perfectly fine on the Tony Awards.
Can we talk about that quick? Death Becomes Her picking just that song for their Tony performance was kind of rude, in my opinion. Like they were both
Mm-hmm.
nominated. They should have done a song together. Like
There are
one of
so
those,
many
there's
duets
so
in the
many
show.
duets. Yeah.
Like, why didn't they do the number where like they're gonna like hit each other and like they just have
Yes.
the hole in the stomach? Like, that's a great number and it really showcases both of them.
And it
I feel
showcases the show better than that song.
yeah, I feel like they thought, oh, like let's have a big production number, but it's like obviously you guys had a pick of who you preferred to win the Tony.
Yeah, which is like, I don't know. Because isn't like a Tony performance supposed to like showcase the show in the best way and like
Uh-huh.
make people want to go. Like that just it's just her performing a song. Like it doesn't showcase what Death Becomes Her is about. It's about two friends who are fighting and want to stay young forever and taking magic potion and stuff. Like
Well, that's something that like we could talk about it more later, but I think almost every show did a really bad choice with picking which numbers they were
yes.
going to perform.
I think honestly the only good one was Dead Outlaw. They showcased it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, and that's the big well-known song too. That's the thing too. I like when the shows do kind of more of their more well-known numbers, like because I
Yeah.
think that also like
It helped.
it helps because it also teaches you like it reminds the people like if you're seeing a commercial for Dead Outlaw, you're gonna hear that song. Now you associate that song with Dead Outlaw. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't think For the Gays was the best option because really, like, that part of what's her name in the show? Madeline?
Madeline.
Madeline. Her performing is only like a little subset of the story. The
Hmm.
story is really about two friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird to me.
Or they could have done the opening number of the show, which was also great.
Yeah.
Not have either of them perform.
Yeah.
Have
Because
Michelle
it really
Williams
just
do.
showed.
Was Michelle Williams, is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She announced it, right? Didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Well,
Um, we'll talk more about it later.
yeah, I guess what we're most excited about, which we have to figure out. Maybe they'll do a lottery. I don't know. But Mamma Mia is coming back, and there's a video of a new montage, and it just makes me so excited.
I want to get tickets to that because I really don't want to miss it.
Yeah, we're not missing it. It starts August 2nd already. Isn't that
We
crazy?
we should look up if there's any like cheap partial views.
I wonder if we could go to the box office one day.
I think
Like,
it's a good idea.
yeah, when we have a break on like a 2 days, two show Saturday,
Hmm.
we can hit box offices.
Yeah, because we've been doing better that way recently.
Honestly, because you don't have the fees.
Hmm.
It's such a good deal.
And fees now are between 15 to $20. Wait, one more thing before I forget, going back to the absences for a second. I
What?
also saw this morning that
Oh no.
Jason posted he broke his nose again in Outsiders.
I know I saw that. Why does that keep happening?
I think they need to adjust the soda track a little bit. Why are all your sodas breaking their noses? I'm
Is it because he's
sorry.
getting punched, actually punched in the face during a rumble?
I don't know, but he may be out of the show now. I don't know how long he's going to be out, but I'm assuming he can't perform like that. So,
You know, um, that's wild. I think they have new people being added in, and they really have to like take the time in the fight calls and all that.
hmm.
Because you could get seriously hurt
Yeah, something feels like they're like not taking it
rushing.
seriously enough. Like one broken nose, okay. Four broken noses later, you have a problem.
It must be the rumble. That's the only thing I could
Hmm.
think of.
And I don't know what else it would be.
Yeah. So he'll be out for a while.
Yeah, and that thing looked swollen.
Oh, I know. Poor guy. Poor
Poor
guy.
guy. Poor guy.
But Davis has been going on,
Hmm. I
which
really would love to see Davis as Soda Pop. It's
we'll
on my
probably
list.
a soda understudy, I would
Yeah,
assume.
at some point. I
Mm.
would love to see him as Soda Pop. I also would love to see JPC as Soda Pop.
Me
At some
too.
point.
I think he has the like swagger, the soda pop
Hmm.
swagger, but
Hmm. But Davis is top on my list right now of who I want to see as Soda Pop. Manifest.
yeah,
So it was also announced this week that another show we loved,
loved.
Pirates, the Penzance musical, is going to be releasing a Broadway album. Thank God.
I'm so
We loved
happy.
it. We loved that show.
It was so funny. We were like actually like probably annoying the people around us at how hard we were laughing.
Hmm.
I will gladly see that again. It is
Honestly,
closing
same.
July
Maybe
27th.
maybe we enter for that Rush. We try that. We got amazing seats through Rush.
We really did. It was so funny. But I want to be right where Ramin
I'm
when
sure
he
that
off
seat is
the
like
plane.
$400.
Oh, 100%. And it comes with like a waiver.
Oh my God. FYI, the actor may fall on you if they miss the plane.
Literally. Could you imagine?
That'd be so funny.
I'd be like, okay, fall. I'll catch you. No, that has to hurt.
Oh,
He's strong.
that's gonna hurt. You're gonna be like Jason. You're gonna have a broken nose.
Yeah. Oh my God, poor guy, poor guy, poor guy.
And that
So
closes July 27th.
yeah, which is like upsetting. Well, it was a
Yeah.
limited run, no matter what, but
Yeah.
so Sadie Sink is leaving John Proctor, and they just announced that Sierra Aurelia is gonna be joining the cast of John Proctor as the villain.
See, I'm sorry, but it's also weird to me that that's announced right after the Tonys. She loses the Tony, and then boom, she's leaving the show.
No, she was leaving the show long ago.
Oh, she
That
was?
was a while ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember putting it in Broadway News
Okay, okay, good.
before the
Because I'm
Tony.
about to be like, if that's like, are all these people petty? Like,
I can't imagine, especially if you're like a young. actress. Like you have plenty of
Hmm.
opportunities. She'll probably be in another show.
Hmm.
Like I don't think, if I'm being quite honest with you, I don't think she deserved the Tony for her portrayal of Shelby.
Yeah. Wasn't my favorite in the world. She was good,
She was good, but it was not
but
wow.
yeah. Yeah.
Like I was listening to a different podcast and they were talking about like when Tony voters are deciding what to vote for, are they just taking the performance or are they taking outside factors? And it was very
Mm.
interesting to hear like if people really just sit there and do it based on the performance of the person, or is it because they don't like said person?
Well, I think when we were trying to make our
We
predictions,
did based on performance.
we didn't take in outside factors. Like we both said like John Proctor is one of the biggest shows right now, but do we think it's going to win for that reason? No, because the Gen Zs aren't the people who are
Voting.
voting. Like we actually I think we had a big conversation about that too. Like
Yeah.
what would we do?
If we were a Tony voter.
Hmm.
It's very interesting because there's like a lot of debate about, Nicole winning. And a lot of people said, well, her performance when I went home, that's all I thought about.
Hmm.
And compared to the other nominees. And that's why they voted for her. So I think it's like interesting because I think we do that a lot where if we're talking about something nonstop, that we, took it home with us.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Um, Next piece of Broadway news. So it was announced right after the pre-sale for tickets to get Tom Felton that Tom Felton is extending his run in Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. So now he's going to be on it for an additional 7 weeks through May 10th.
That's
Let
good.
me tell you, I don't think I even told you.
No,
So
you did.
I told you that my family was going to look at getting tickets because we do all love Harry Potter. I know there's a lot of like controversy going on there. I'm not going to talk about controversy, but we do really like this, like the story of Harry Potter, and I was a big fan of the movie. So my aunt got us tickets actually for my birthday, but I waited on that pre-sale line online. There was 65,000 people online ahead of
Yeah.
me, and I waited over 5 hours to finally get in. I finally got in. We actually got fifth row seats somehow for like earlier on in his run. But like now knowing that it was extended more, I was like, why did I wait? Like I
Yeah.
could have just bought the tickets for the next day and still gotten to see him because they literally announced it like right after the pre-sale closed. So I thought that was a little bit of like taking advantage of people
Mm.
in a way. I mean, I'm still excited to see him in the show just because like he especially like ooh, he was my Harry Potter crush. I had such a crush on Draco growing up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm excited, but still, I did not like the process that they did.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try the lottery.
Yeah, yeah. I'm up for doing lottery for it too. That's a show that I feel like I can see over and over again and not get bored, just because I really love the effects that they do.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe happy ending. I thought this was cool. They added a new prop the day after the Tony. They used their Tony award as a prop during the show,
Mm,
which was really cool. And you know what? Well deserving. I'm happy they won.
mm. I like the show. It's still not my favorite show on Broadway, but I feel like it's also like a to each their own thing. You know, everyone has different tastes.
Yeah,
But
I
like
want to go
but
back.
I do understand why they won.
I'm glad they won because you know what? It's a new somebody had to think of that, which is
Mm,
such like an abstract concept. Like I wish O'Mary won too. Like I wish they won best play
yeah.
because like that is something like how did you think of that? Like
Hmm.
how did Cole Escola sit there and be like, all right, this is an idea and wrote a whole play? Like that's to me, that's worth it. Like you deserve the Tony. And the same thing with
Yeah.
maybe happy ending. Like how did they sit and think of that. Like the other shows, they had like a person or they had a movie to base it on, but this was like a complete abstract idea, which was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. I agree 100%. Like, I like that this was truly
Yeah,
an original piece, an original concept. It wasn't about someone's life.
yeah.
I don't know, I didn't feel passionate necessarily, I think, about any of the five best musical choices.
Um,
Like, I picked Buena Vista because I had heard great things about it and I still want to see it. And I did like their Tony performance a lot. But I don't know, I just didn't I don't it's there are some years where I'm like so like, oh my God, like I really loved this new musical. Like I loved it. Like I really hope it wins. I didn't feel that passion for any of these year's choices.
yeah. I would like to go back, but like get closer seats maybe because we sat in the mezzanine, but also when we went, my allergies were like disgusting, and I just like wanted to be in my bed. So like I feel like I couldn't like fully concentrate because I was so afraid that snot was gonna like roll down my face.
Yeah, you were having a rough night that night. I felt bad. But that was we got our
Yeah.
gingies and we enjoyed it.
They were delicious. They were
Delish. They were
delicious.
good there. See, that's the thing. Like I mean, I'm indifferent. If I don't see the show again, am I okay? Yes. If the right opportunity comes up, the right price, and it's like a better seats,
It
maybe
hasn't
I
been
would go again.
it hasn't
Just
been
so
on the lottery, right?
I don't think so. Only because so many people are going.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be harder too. The only reason I would go back is because I'm curious to give it another chance to try to understand why it won Best Musical. Because maybe I missed something the first time we went, or the first time we went, we also went during previews. So
Yeah, that
maybe
sounds
there's
pretty.
something that they changed that we missed. I thought the show was a good show. I just didn't think it's Best Musical, but I feel like I need to understand why.
But compared to the other shows,
But compared to the other shows, I understand why it won.
yeah, like, yeah, I don't know. They do have in-person rush, which I saw Darren Chris like went on the line the other day, which I thought was
Mm.
funny.
Here's my question. Do you think if this came out a season earlier and it was up against Outsiders, do you think
No,
Outsiders would still won?
yeah,
I agree.
definitely, definitely.
See, that's the thing too. I really think it depends upon who is your competition too.
Yeah, like this year's, I think I don't know why they picked, like, why Boop wasn't up there.
It should have been. But you know what? I still think maybe Happy Ending. Although I would have rooted for Boop and I want Boop, I
Yeah,
think maybe Happy Ending probably still would have beat Boop because of how original the concept is.
yeah, it's so interesting. But here's a casualty of the Tonys.
It's
Dun dun.
starting.
Dun. The first announcement is
Smash. Bye bye.
Flag Smash, and it's abruptly ending June 22nd. Like they got a 2 week notice and they're out.
I feel bad because of all the people
Yeah,
who are about to be out of jobs,
yeah, definitely.
but it wasn't our favorite show. I don't even understand why they waited until after the Tonys. The only person who was nominated was Brooks. Like,
And it was scary how empty the crowd was when we went. And that was a week
oh my God.
before the Tonys, and it was literally empty.
We had our choice of seats.
Literally. Like, uh, I mean, again, like we feel really bad for the people who are losing their jobs. It's just the show is not a great show.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's not, it was interesting, to say
Yeah,
the least.
definitely.
And then last piece of Broadway news is that Broadway's new Juliet has begun her run. So Gianna Harris is the new Juliet and Anne Juliet, and she began this week on June 10th.
Yeah, I want to see her. I
Yeah,
like
I'm
seeing all
curious.
the
But
people.
you know who she is, right?
Okay,
Sh-
she looked familiar and I couldn't place it.
She's the girl who starred in Hell's Kitchen.
Uh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I didn't recognize her at first either, and then I looked it up. Didn't
Interesting.
didn't she win an award for Hell's Kitchen, or wasn't she nominated for Tony last
Oh,
year?
did she win?
I don't remember. I have to look it up.
Yeah.
I have to
Okay.
look. But yeah, so she's playing Juliet. I didn't even know she left Hell's Kitchen.
Did
Must
we
have loved it a
see
while
her?
ago.
We saw her?
We
We
did.
didn't see her
We
on this
did.
side. No, we saw
No,
the
we
this side.
saw we saw her.
Mm.
So that's it for this week for Broadway news.
What a week. What a week, people. I'm sorry. My
Interesting.
energy is so low. I'm so sorry. I'm
It's
trying here.
okay. We're tired. It's 9 a.m.
Yeah.
and we sleepy. We said that at the beginning. It's okay. You
Yeah.
guys know sometimes we have our like big episodes, and other times we're like la da da la da 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 da. We
Yeah,
get
like
tired.
brain not functioning. Actually, I said this is just a random story. I said to a kid in my class, I was like, if you don't stop, I'm gonna lose my mind. And another kid goes, "Oh my God, Miss Skylar, that's not good. If you lose your mind, you can't think." I was like, exactly.
You're gonna be the scarecrow.
I can't think. I was like, please just stop.
That's so funny. I love little kids. It's so funny.
So funny. So funny.
So funny. I honestly like I look at them, I'm like, how do you think of these things? Like I look at my
Yeah,
nephews, I'm like, where
exactly.
did you come up with this?
It's cool seeing them like connect things together
Hmm.
and be very literal. But
Hmm.
so the Tonys were last weekend, Sunday, and we had a
Hmm.
big day. We had a big day.
So we started off the day very excitingly. Skylar won the lottery for Boop.
Yeah, and we kept going back and forth on to buy it or not. I was like, we should just buy it. Michelle's like, what if people are out? I was like, we should just buy it. I think she's gonna be in.
But thankfully she was in.
Yeah,
And
everybody would, but Grampy.
yeah, I'm yawning. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. But yeah, thankfully she was in. And oh my God, I'm so happy we were at that performance because you know what? I
Yeah.
felt like because she didn't get the opportunity to perform at the Tonys, I think she treated that really as her
Yeah.
Tonys performance. Like when she sang something to shout about, there were tears streaming down her face. That standing ovation went on for a good like 3, 4 minutes.
It was gorgeous. Like even like when you just said we're describing it before, I got chills thinking about
Mhm.
it. It's like a performance that like I wish we could go back and watch, like because it was just like so insane. Like you know when there's
Mhm.
like on TikTok, it's like what was the moment that altered your brain chemistry, and like that would be it for me because that was
Yeah.
like insane.
That moment got me. And honestly, she should have performed that at the Tonys. She would have had her Cynthia Erivo, I'm here moment.
Yes, she deserved it. Like, yeah, we're happy. We love Sunset. We're happy Nicole won. We really wanted Jasmine to win.
Mhm.
After seeing her that afternoon, I was like, she needs to win. Like, give her the Tony. Like, she's insane.
She is Betty Boop. She deserved it. And I mean, like, I'm happy for Nicole. Like you said, we love Sunset Boulevard, and Nicole was our second choice on the
Yeah.
list, but Jasmine embodied Betty Boop.
Yes.
Like, I don't know how she does it, and she does it every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. Like, it's not easy.
No, even like her body movements. Like, she used to be almost like rigid with her body. I also saw somebody say, like, because they were going back and forth, should Nicole have won? And they're like, well, Nicole's acting isn't like it's okay because they said like is Nicole really acting or is she just being Nicole at some points and then just singing amazingly.
That is an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah,
I never thought about that.
because Nicole and Norma kind of are very similar. So is she really pulling things or is she just being I don't know.
But I think they for Norma they always try to get a big stars because they can channel that big star mindset.
Yeah. But
But
like
I
we saw
didn't.
Mandy and Rashidra and they
Well, yeah.
Their acting was insane. Like I would have
Mhm.
given them a Tony in a heartbeat.
Well, they definitely, I think, had to invest more because they don't come from that star background. Like they had to
Yeah.
really learn what is it like to be on that level.
Which I love that.
Nicole's already there, so
Yeah.
that's already like a step further.
So they're like, does she deserve it? Because her singing is insane. Like you can't deny that. Like her performance was amazing. Although I wish they did the Sunset Walk maybe into that, like did a part of the Sunset Walk and then
Mhm.
she just belted that. But I don't know. I
Well,
don't
see,
know.
that's the thing. That's another show that I, again, like Death Becomes Her. I think they did a bad performance because why does one nominee get to showcase their talent and not the other?
Yeah, like they were saying because Olivier Awards he just did the Sunset Walk, but
Mm.
she was featured in the walk. Like every
Yeah.
and the cast was featured in the walk, which
Hmm.
I like that because it's showing that no, it's not just about Nicole Sunset Boulevard. It's about everybody. And I mean the ensemble, they work their butts off. Like they're dancing, they're singing, the way that they just stand in line and all it still amazes me when they're
If
all in
they
sync like
if
that.
they wanted to broadcast the show, they should have done like Let's Do Lunch or
Yes.
something. They should
Yeah.
have done that into As If We Never Said
Yes.
Goodbye. Like if they didn't want to do the walk, okay, I get it. You did it the
Yeah.
Olivier's, but you had other choices.
Yeah, it shouldn't have just been her singing.
Yeah,
And the same thing with Gypsy too. Although I love the performance, it's not really fair to me that you just have one person singing one song.
I agree.
At least Floyd Collins had they started off with their ensemble and
Hmm.
showcased everybody and then went into Jeremy Jordan rolling around on stage. But okay.
Well, because you also have to remember that for a lot of your ensemble members, especially, unless you end up becoming a lead one day,
Yeah.
this may be their only opportunity to perform on the Tony Awards, even if it's just for a small moment. Like that's such a unique experience. I was told that the shows themselves actually pay for their performance slots. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
how true
heard
that is.
that.
I've heard of it, but like, ah, I'm sorry. If you chose to only pay for Nicole, then you're being cheap.
Yeah, I actually heard of it through the person that you were saying, but also on that podcast I was listening to. And I was like, oh my God, this is a real
Oh.
thing. I wouldn't have even thought about that. So then, and I heard that Boop, which this might be, I heard it from these people, so they could be lying. So, but that Boop wanted to pay to
Mm.
do a performance, but they said no, there wasn't enough time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that Lin-Manuel Miranda said that Real Woman should perform, and that's how they kind of swooped in.
Let's see. I don't know. I don't. I mean, I love Real Women Have Curves,
But their
but
performance,
the performance wasn't great. But also, to be honest, that slot should have gone to Boop because I think whoever is nominated in Best Leading Actor and Best Leading Actress, they should be showcased at the Tony Awards. And I think Jasmine should have been. I mean, obviously, Justina was nominated for Best Featured Actress for Real Women Have Curves, but that wasn't even a number that broadcasted her. Like, I thought if anything, they
yeah,
would do like Adios Andres because that's her like big number where you understand why she was nominated. Like, that number was funny as hell.
yeah. Why didn't they do the title song? Like
I don't know.
Jolene, to me, that was a poor choice. Because it's
Very
like
poor
you
choice.
have like a little, you have this amount of time to showcase your show.
Hmm.
Why did you pick that song?
I don't know. That song would make me not want to see the show in a
Yeah,
way.
it was like, or even if they did juggling into like flying away and have
Hmm.
Tatiana just go, um, Tatiana, whatever,
Hmm.
just go center stage and sing that, I think would be great.
But see, again, I don't think that would have been fair because Tati was not nominated for anything. I think she'll have her moment one day. She's still very young. But Jasmine was nominated for Best
Yeah.
Leading Actress. Like almost every other leading performer performed something besides her and Jennifer Smart.
It's I still can't believe that. If I was Jennifer Smart, I would be a little like a little annoyed because she has. It's not like Megan's on stage more than her. Like they're
Hmm.
equally on stage singing their
Yeah,
butts off. I would argue Jennifer Smart's like Helen has more character development than Madeline.
I agree. I like Jennifer more than Madeline.
I
I mean,
feel
more
like
than
she's very
Megan in the show.
yeah, she was very one-dimensional. Like Act Two starts out and she's in a mental hospital. I don't
Hmm.
know.
They should have done the number where she does that was rude. It was trending for weeks
Yeah, I was thinking that
online.
too. Well,
Like
she was
it
holding
also,
that sign. That was
well,
funny.
also, but also like obviously there's parts of TikTok who have used that sound that aren't in the Broadway world. If they're watching the Tony Awards, let them realize, oh, that's what that's
Oh,
from. Oh,
yeah.
maybe I want to see that show. I'm sorry. I think whoever chose the songs, they just don't know how to market their shows, and that's what it comes
No,
down to.
that's the problem.
I understood why they did Rose's Turn. I understood why they did As If We Never Said Goodbye because it is like the most well-known
Yeah.
Sunset Boulevard song,
Yeah.
but there are better ways to show off the shows.
Well, also because Sunset won Best Revival and was nominated at that point, but so show them why. Why did it win? It's not just because of Nicole and Tom. It's because
Hmm.
of the whole show and the
Hmm.
work that was put into it to modernize it, but also do this abstract way of
Hmm.
showcasing Sunset.
They should have shown some of the camera work.
Yes.
'Cause the camera work is so unique. They could have easily done that at the Tonys, had him or someone else walking down the aisles with the
Yes.
camera up in the face, like, or had they should have had that Cynthia as a
Yes.
joke walk down with the camera.
Exactly. Can I pivot for a second, talk about camera work?
Hmm.
Sorry, but the Evita, have you seen that?
Yeah, that they're doing the same thing where
I
they're
kind of
filming her
don't
on a
like that.
balcony. I it's at one point it becomes like a shtick. Like Jamie
Yes.
Lloyd needs to think of something a little more unique.
Yeah.
I understand why they're doing it for Evita because of the balcony scene, like it makes sense. But then I saw today they're also doing another part of Evita on the street where the ensemble's like singing at her angrily, and I'm like, so is this whole thing just going to be camera work outside? Like,
Yeah, a lot of people are like, are we paying not to hear this? Like, see it live. Like, you're seeing
mm.
it through a camera. Like, you go to theater because you want to see it on the stage.
I mean, we paid to see Sunset Boulevard sung outside, and we're
But it
inside,
was
but
only one
we're
part.
yeah, but we're still hearing Nicole's parts, which are the
Yeah.
biggest songs in the show inside.
And also, he ends up back inside.
Yeah. It
I
seems
don't
like
know.
she doesn't end up back inside Rachel.
No, I think she just stands there.
Yeah, that would bother me.
Mm,
We'll see once the show actually opens. I think they're about to have their first preview.
that's crazy. Diego really, I don't know how he did it.
Hmm. I wish him the best because he was fantastic in Sunset.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry. I just saw that the other day and I was like, oh, we never talked about
Hmm.
that.
So I guess moving on from so we started with Boop for the day, and then we ended up getting tickets to go to the Hadestown Tony Awards watch party, which took place at the Roosevelt Cocktail Room. It said that there were like 75 plus people RSVP'd online.
Hmm.
It was almost empty the whole night.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
saying
about
like
30
30.
people,
Yeah.
35.
We got there early and we got front and center. We were,
Yeah. We were not missing the Tony Awards. We wanted to be near the TV. And honestly, I'm happy we were near the TV because they kept having speaker issues and it was
yeah.
very hard to hear it most of the time. Um, there are some parts. I mean, overall it was an okay event, but we were not thrilled by the event. And I think we need to speak about why. So I felt like it was falsely advertised a little bit. They had advertised it as if they were going to have like games and stuff throughout the night and that the cast was going to be there and like involved throughout the night. And the cast did show up. It was Ollie, who plays Orpheus, Myra, who plays Eurydice, and then the Persephone showed up. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But
I think.
yes, the new Persephone. They showed up. They out of nowhere, first of all, the host who,
That was my issue, was the host.
yeah, the
Like he
host,
should have been,
he should have been prepped with questions for them and to introduce
yeah.
them. He didn't even pronounce Eurydice right.
And he couldn't pronounce Ali's name.
No.
Like, honestly, I think that set the vibe. And I think they were a little like taken aback. But also, like, when we walked in, they should have said the cast is coming. Um, have questions because we're going to ask the audience. So just start to think of questions. And if
Hmm.
the audience isn't saying anything, the host should be asking.
Hmm.
Like, and he just, so they open it up for people to ask questions, and the host is just standing there and nobody's raising their
Yeah.
hands. And it was so awkward. Like, it was so
He,
awkward.
it was so, there was so many uncomfortable silences. Skylar finally asked a question to
Yeah,
help
I don't know
out.
how. I was like, well, because I felt bad. I was like, think of something, think of something, think of something. Boom.
It was really uncomfortable. And what also, I gotta be honest, what bothered me is someone in the audience asked the cast like, "Oh, what's your favorite number or something in the show that you don't perform?" And they were messing up the titles of their own songs.
Yeah, so they were saying if it's true, but they kept saying, is it true? Is it true? I was like, oh my God. And then the woman who plays Persephone said that she never watched the Tony Awards ever before. Because somebody asked their favorite Tony performance, and she was like, yeah, I don't watch that. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And she was like, "Oh, I joined theater later on. Like, I don't really know a lot of shows." And like, I
If
don't, you could tell like the only person who had some knowledge about their own show was Ollie.
yeah. So like,
But
yeah, so I guess I asked him how he created his Orpheus because I said that we saw Jordan Fisher, but we were like blown away by the differences and like what he put into the role. And his answer was so cool, like so interesting.
Mhm,
Like he went on for a while. You could tell
mhm.
that he cares. And then he asked Myra hers, and she's like, "No, I just piggybacked off of you." And like that kind of broke my heart a little bit.
Yeah, like she like really doesn't care about the part. Like
It
it
really,
was
and I
very
know
apparent.
they're so tired probably, but then
Mhm.
maybe they shouldn't have come.
Yeah, I would have almost preferred that. It was like they didn't come anyway. Because then what really bothered us is the host said, like, okay, the cast is going to be sitting here. They're going to be eating. And then, like, everyone feel free to go up to the table. You can talk to them. You can chat with them, ask them questions. Like, they said that they were going to be there watching the Tonys with us throughout the night.
Yeah.
And the Tonys haven't even started yet. It's the
Yeah.
pre-show still. We look over and Skylar and I are sitting kind of like right near their table and they're eating and we're like, okay, like obviously we're not going to go up to them while they eat, like
Yeah.
that's inappropriate.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I turn, they're gone. I turn my back fully and I see them standing by the door and I'm like, Skylar, I could bet you they're about to walk out.
They didn't say goodbye.
And they didn't say goodbye. They didn't announce the cast was leaving. And this was like maybe 20 minutes into the event. Like they were there for like 20 minutes, I would say, maybe
Yeah.
25, like or less. No one got to go up to them. No one got to approach them. It was as if it really felt like they were like falsely advertising. Like they came, they felt like they had to do it just to show up, and then they left. And a lot of people were insulted. It was not just us.
Yeah.
Like there were people who actually came, and then when they saw the cast left, they just left because they were like, the Tonys haven't even started yet. The venue is really not doing anything for theming with Hadestown. The only contest they did was like they had us fill out these ballots, like of
Yeah,
what we
like,
think
but
will be nominated. Yeah.
who won? I want to know who won.
Yeah, they didn't even announce who won. So it was supposed to be whoever gets the most predictions correct wins 2 tickets to see Hadestown and wins like a stay at a hotel. They never announced who's won, not like at
Yeah.
all. And what bothered me also was it wasn't even like we could keep track of our own ballots throughout the show to be like invested. They collected our
Yeah.
ballots before the show even started. So I don't even know if they actually got a winner. And also, some people like came in late and they had their ballots during the show and they were filling it out and handing it in too. So probably one of them won.
I bet you. Or one of the, and I'm sorry, the host then once they left changed and then sat down and drank with his friends. I was like,
Yeah.
so you're telling me probably one of them won.
Yeah. And even like the waitress, like there was one waitress working the whole room. She was standing in the corner talking with her friends all night. Like once in a while she would come over. They
Can we talk
hardly
about the
had any
food?
food. They hardly
Yeah,
had any food.
they
They
wouldn't let
had
you order from downstairs, which I'm vegan and I'm gluten free, which is annoying, but whatever. And they had stuff like you could eat from the cafe, but they wouldn't let you order from down there.
hmm
You had to order from this fixed menu, which like had like literally nothing.
We literally only got olives and fries. Also, I couldn't even get a coffee. Like I
Yeah,
asked them,
that was
it says on
crazy.
their menu that they have decaf like cappuccinos or just like a cup of coffee or something. And I asked the waitress, I was like, "Can I just get, a cup of coffee?" And she was like, "No, I can't bring that up here." And we're like, "But it's you have this on your menu."
Yeah.
It it was a worse location. The whole night they could not figure out the sound. Like
Yeah, that
they
was
had they had
annoying.
many speaker issues. It's like you could tell they just didn't even test anything before the award show. Like I don't know, like I turned to Skylar at one point and I said to her, I was like, I could have been so happy with us sitting at home in our pajamas eating sushi, watching the Tonys.
Because I was also starving, which was stupid because I
Yeah.
thought for sure that there would be something.
Yeah.
But also like I'm glad we went. Like it was cool seeing them.
hmm
But I was just like I don't know, as huge theater fans, I thought this would have been like theater kids joining together. But you can
hmm
tell like the host wasn't a theater person.
No.
And like I just felt like it was missing that. And I was like, oh, we could have done this so much better.
I wish we could host our own Tony Awards party. Maybe
Yeah.
one day. Like, because I feel like you need, like, it needs to be hosted by theater people. Like, during
Yeah.
commercial breaks, play some theater trivia,
Yeah. Or
play
play
some theater games.
music or play show tunes.
Yeah.
They were playing
There,
random music.
well, there wasn't, that's the thing. When we walked in, remember it was silent. There wasn't even music playing when we first walked in. Play the
Yeah.
Hadestown soundtrack. It's the
Yeah.
Hadestown theme. That's what bothered me, is that the whole night was supposedly hosted by Hadestown.
Yeah.
So why was there like no Hadestown presence the whole night?
They just had the roses.
hmm That was it. There were little roses on the table, and the cast showed up for 15 minutes. They got a free meal and they left.
Yeah. And it was like, because obviously we were gonna go, we planned on once they were done eating to go up to them. But they were
hmm
kind of just like huddled talking to each other and eating. We're like, all right, we don't want to be rude. Like, let's just wait. But once they were done, they were gone. And I was like,
hmm
oh, okay. I was like, darn, darn.
I don't know. It felt a little like I don't know. In some ways, it was a little insulting. Just like I just felt like they were taking advantage of people.
I'm just happy like it was we didn't pay like $50 to enter or
Yeah,
something.
thank God it was free.
Yeah, because that would have been annoying. And we also felt obligated, but we did feel obligated to get stuff, like to eat or drink.
Yeah.
Like at that point, I wish we just didn't. Because I was like, I don't even want to give them my money.
If I knew the cast was gonna leave and it was, if it was like not too close to like the time of the award show starting,
Yeah.
honestly, I would have said and we discussed it a little bit. I would have been like, let's just pick up and go. We could watch it at home and then like just be comfortable and
Yeah, we were thinking about it, but then like we also had work the next day. And I was like, all right, I can't go to your house. And we pause it. And then it's even later.
yeah.
It's like, all right, we're staying.
The the only nice thing about being in the city on Tony Day, like which was cool, is we did see a lot of like the buses like on Schubert Alley
Yeah,
for
that
like
was so
to
cool.
take people to the shows. We saw a lot of people in the city walking around in their gowns and their tuxedos.
Who did we see walking right past us?
We saw Kevin Solak. I always say his name wrong.
Yeah. And
Um what's her name?
Jordan Tyson.
Yes, 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 Jordan Tyson. We also after the party, I purposely drove us past Radio City Music Hall. I was like, I wonder who we'll see. We saw Joy Woods
Yeah, just like walking.
just
Tony
walking.
nominated. Oh, and the girl from Dead Outlaw.
Yeah, the girl from Dead Outlaw. And it was just really cool, like to see like
That
Radio
was fun.
City, see it say Tony Awards. Like that was a cool experience.
Yeah, like that was really fun.
Hmm.
Like I definitely want to go back. I just think we need to go to we wanted to go to sets, but with the tickets sold out. Like I think
Yeah.
that would have been fun.
Well, because he's a Broadway person. I think next year,
Yeah.
if we want to try another Tony party, and we don't have other plans, I think we try to get into his.
Yeah, we just have to be on top of it.
Yeah.
But we learn. I think it was fun. Like it was fun. One moment I did like was when like people would win and everyone was cheering. I think that was cool because you could tell the
Hmm.
people who stayed like, but overall I think the host made me mad.
Hmm. Also, I wish they planned better and I wish they advertised it better. Like we were dressed up, like we probably could have been in t-shirt and shorts and like no one would have even cared. I mean, not that that's our style, but like there were some people in gowns that came. Like
Yeah.
I just felt like there was so much mismatch. And to be honest, I don't like the fact that so many people left when they saw the cast left.
Yeah, because we made friends with somebody and then he left.
Hmm. Yeah, like I was like I got excited. I was like, oh, we'll have someone to chat about the Tonys with. And then he didn't even say bye. No one said bye. Everyone just walked out.
Well, I do think like if the Hadestown, if they were like they're tired, I get it. They should have went up to everybody
Hmm.
and made time because like
They didn't even stay for the actual Tonys. They left during the pre-show.
because they probably didn't watch it. They didn't go home. Maybe Ali definitely probably did,
Hmm.
but the other two I don't think cared enough about it,
Yeah.
which is like really sad to me because I love when like you could tell like the outsiders cast they're theater people. Like we saw
Hmm.
Brent post that he voice memoed Nicole at one. Like that's so great. And I just love when you could tell that these performers are theater people and they have a love for theater. And it makes me want to support them because they deserve it. They've been dreaming of this. They've been going to Broadway. They understand what it takes. And you have people go up and say, "Oh, I've never watched it." Like
Yeah.
how? Even if you're just like a dancer, like even dancers watch the Tonys because there's a whole category for that.
I feel like if you don't watch the Tonys, you don't deserve to be on Broadway.
That's what I was feeling like. I was so upset. Like I was telling people at work, they're like, "How was it?" And I was saying their responses, and I was like, I don't know. Like I understand you're tired, but like I don't know. Like it's nice when like when performers like humanize themselves a little bit
Hmm.
and they come to like our level and talk to us like we're equal. And it's I felt in that moment that they very like not Ali, he was very like he was great. Like his responses were great. You could tell he genuinely cares about the role of Orpheus and Hadestown as
Hmm.
a whole. But I felt like the other two, they put themselves like above us almost.
Yeah.
And I hate to sound like that, but it was like upsetting in that way where I felt like, oh, I can't talk to you because you're
Hmm.
above me and I'm below you.
I almost would have rathered them send ensemble members
Yeah, I saw
for the band.
Brandon Cameron. He's the understudy for Orpheus. He was there, but he
Mm.
didn't talk.
Why
Uh,
didn't he go up with the cast?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
It was a weird event. If they do it again next year, we're definitely not going.
Yeah, it was I don't know, it was strange to me. I don't know, because I feel like if we were performers, we'd be just so grateful for any opportunity to connect with people who support and love the show and talk to about the show. I think it's cool to see other perspectives of the character you're playing.
Yeah. It was an interesting night.
Yeah, definitely.
Any other Tony thoughts before we wrap up?
Um, well, I guess we should say who won.
Yeah, we probably should. I can run through the categories. I have it pulled up.
Yeah.
Oh, and we have to talk about who won our contest. So let me first go through all the categories and then we'll talk about who got the most predictions correct. Okay, ready?
I think at the end we should talk about like which shows we're running to see, maybe. We really
Yeah.
want to see.
Um, okay. Going through the categories. So the winner for Best Play was Purpose.
Yep.
Best Musical, as we said, was Maybe Happy Ending. Best Book of a Musical, Maybe Happy Ending. Best Original Score, Maybe Happy Ending. Best Revival of a Play was Eureka Day. Best Revival of a Musical was Sunset Boulevard. Best performance by an actor in a leading role in a play was Cole Escola. And by the way,
Oh,
his acceptance speech and his run to the stage was iconic.
I just want to be their friend.
Yeah. I love Cole. Cole seems like just such like a genuinely like nice person.
Yeah.
Best performance by an actress in a leading role in a play, Sarah Snook. Best performance by an actor in a leading role in a musical, as we said, was Darren Criss.
Yeah.
Best performance by an actress in a leading role in a musical, as we mentioned, Nicole Scherzinger. Best performance by an actor in a featured role in a play was Frances Ju for Yellowface. Best performance by an actress in a featured role in a play was Carrie Young for Purpose, which is 2 wins in a row for her.
Yeah, that was crazy. Good for her.
Good for her. Best performance by an actor in a featured role in a musical was Jack Malone for Operation Mincemeat.
I did
Best
not
perf
think that.
Well, we also didn't see Mincemeat, and that I mean that's a show I'm still running to go see.
Yeah.
I really want to see that. Um, Best performance by an actress in a featured role in a musical was Natalie Venetia Belkin from Buena Vista Social Club, which is again another one I still really want to see. Best scenic design of a play was Miriam Weather and 59 for Stranger Things. Best scenic design of a musical was Dan Laffrey and George Reeve for Maybe Happy Ending. Best costume design of a play, Marge Horwell for The Picture of Dorian Gray. Best costume design of a musical was Paul Tazwell for Death Becomes Her. Best lighting design of a play, John Clark for Stranger Things. Best
Mhm.
lighting design of a musical, Jack Knowles for Sunset Boulevard. Best sound design of a play, Paul Arditi for Stranger Things. Best sound design of a musical, Jonathan Deans for Buena Vista Social Club. Best direction of a play, Sam Pinkleton for Oh Mary. Best direction of a musical, Michael Arden for Maybe Happy Ending. Best choreo, Patricia Delgado and Justin Peck for Buena Vista Social Club. Best orchestrations, Marco Pagoya for Buena Vista Social Club. And then we just had our special Tonys, which there was a Lifetime Achievement Award given to Harvey Firestein. Special Tony Awards presented to the tech of Stranger Things and the musicians of Buena Vista Social Club. And the Isabel Stevenson Award was given to Celia Keenan Bolger. So I think 'cause we talked about shows we want to rush to. I think for me, I still really want to see Mincemeat, and I
Oh
still want
yeah.
to see Buena Vista. I saw an interview of someone from the cast of Mincemeat yesterday, and it's interesting. I didn't realize what the show actually is. It's like five best friends who like wrote the
Yeah.
show, but apparently they play like every role, and there's like hundreds of roles, and they just like switch hats, kind of like they did with Gutenberg.
Yeah, I'd be interested. But we were talking about the who won the
Hmm.
awards. And then um I would go see Mincemeat. Oh, well, we've been saying that for months. It's just been weirdly hard to get into that show.
Yeah.
Um, but I kind of am curious. I want to see O'Mary. I think that's
Yes.
at the top. But I also am kind of curious about Purpose. Like I would like to see O'Mary and then Purpose and kind of compare the two and see if
Hmm.
Purpose really deserves the not musical, best play
Best
award.
play. Yeah, Cole's only in O'Mary for the next 2 weeks, so we want to try to see Cole. I don't know how we're gonna get in after his win, but I
Yeah.
would like to. After that, it's Titus, which I'm a big fan of Titus, but
Yeah. I just really want to see Cole. I'm very happy that he won.
mhm.
So I'd like to see that. And then I also want to go back to maybe happy ending. I'm just curious because I feel like a lot of it is a blur to me.
Yeah, we saw it so long ago. We saw it in the fall.
It was like October, right?
Well, if the lottery opens up, we could try.
Yeah. So yeah. Overall there wasn't anything. I think once we see mincemeat, I'll maybe switch my view, but like I really wanted Jeb Brown to win. I really did.
Yeah, I did too. I thought he was a standout in Dead Outlaw.
Yeah.
But I think overall my thing with the Tonys this year, I feel like the Tony Award performances and like the wins should make you want to run to see the
Hmm.
shows. None of them really have given me that feeling of, oh, I need to run. Like if
Yeah.
I feel like again, I feel like mincemeat's not going anywhere. Like if I would like to get to mincemeat, but
Well,
like
it's
if
closed.
well,
It's
yes,
a
closing.
limited engagement, yeah.
But like at the same time, I feel like if I don't see it, like am I gonna be heartbroken? No.
Yeah, I agree. For some reason though, the only thing I will say, which is very strange, is it made me want to go back and see Gypsy. But for Audra, like that was the
Yeah.
only performance that made me be like, oh, even like Mincemeat's performance, it didn't make me go, oh my God, like I need to go see that.
Yeah. I'd be I'd be curious about Audra, but it'd have to be the right price. And if we showed up again and she was out, I'd be
No, we'd
really
have to
upset.
leave. Yeah, because I really just I would like to see her. But I don't
You
know. I
know,
don't know if it would change my view of it.
I said this to you the other day. I think I said it at the Tony Awards watch party. I think we messed up that night not accepting the refund. Um, I think we should have just gone back and we could have seen something else that night.
Yeah. No, definitely. But it was like strange because we didn't get the email until we were in the theater that we could
Mhm.
exchange. Because they at the
Yeah.
box office they said we couldn't because we were lottery winners.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. But
So
overall,
frustrating.
I think it was like Cynthia was great. I liked her joke about Jonathan Groff. I thought that was hysterical.
Mhm.
Her Oprah joke was hysterical. I do wish there was a little more. I do think she should have done the Wicked scream at the end, but the
Mhm.
Defying Gravity.
Her and not telling, and I'm telling you, I'm not going though, was gorgeous.
Yeah.
But I agree. There needed to be some sort of wicked something. Like that's why she's hosting the awards this year. Like,
Yeah, like I know maybe she doesn't want to talk about, it, but like I don't know, just a little something.
I'm sorry,
Like a little
without
joke.
Broadway, you're not gonna have your wicked movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I thought she was a good host. I wasn't wowed by her opening number. I was way more wowed by the closing.
I agree.
Um, and I do, but like I said, and I agree with you. Like you said, I do feel like there were really good jokes throughout.
Yeah.
The car was great. The spit was funny. Um, there was a few more jokes. I think there was a dig at Sunset Boulevard. I remember there was a few really good ones. I also loved just even watching the audience members' faces. Like we posted a meme of Jeremy Jordan's face.
So funny. That was the funniest thing.
I had more fun watching those little things.
Yeah, right? Like,
And I did like watching the Tony Awards together because this was our first time getting to watch it together.
yeah. I will say we didn't get home till like 1 o'clock in the morning and whew, we have to take
Hmm.
off the next day because that was hard.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. We did it once, we learn, we grow, we plan better
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah.
Because Love Lives of Broadway ain't going anywhere. So,
Yeah. But we had a bet
hmm
that whoever guessed the most correct gets to pick the next 2 day show, where to eat, and how we get tickets.
I'm
And
going.
yes. So
Skylar beat me. So
yeah,
I got six correct overall. Skylar got 12 out of
it's
like
weird to
26
me that it was like an
categories.
even six more. Isn't that a little weird?
That was weird. But
Yeah.
I didn't even realize I did so bad until I was counting up the scores and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got the one. I don't understand why it was Eureka Day. I don't know why I chose it. I'm glad I did.
You did a good job.
I
Well, so our
did.
next two show days already planned because our next two show days actually gonna be my birthday celebration.
Yeah.
But after that, our next two show days is gonna be Skylar's pick of whatever we do. So it'll
Yeah.
be fun. Do you have any thoughts at all?
I have one thought.
Are we able to share it?
Well, I really want to see Just in Time.
Yes, please. You want to
So
rush
I
it?
want to rush it.
That I'm up for doing. Let's do it. Let's
I
just do
don't,
it.
I want to rush that. And then I was thinking, oh, Mary, like separate.
Oh, we're gonna have to. If we're gonna
Yeah.
do both of those, we would have to. But
But we're going early. We're
Just in
going
Time
early.
has like I saw the rush reports this week. They had like 50 people online.
Yeah. So we're going early.
Oh Lordy. Okay.
Mhm. That was my first. When I was sitting in the car, I was like, just in time.
So
Mwahaha.
you want to have a new two show day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we could with Oh Mary, we could do a three show day.
We, oh, that would be cool. We'd have to pack dinner though, like
We
a
would have to pack, yeah,
sandwiches.
we would have to pack everything.
Because I would do maybe happy ending. Do boom, boom, boom.
Oh, you want all new shows? See, I was thinking we wrap up the night at outside.
My choice.
Ah,
I won.
fudge.
I won.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't know how, but it's iconic.
Maybe somehow we'll win the lotteries.
And it was so funny because that morning Michelle was like, I just want to win. I was like, I really don't care. Like, I have no competitive bone in my body. I'm like,
Mhm.
don't care. It
It's
is what
fine.
it is.
I got to choose where we've already started planning my two show birthday day, and I already got to choose a little bit there. So and we like the same choices anyway.
Yeah.
Just in time, yeah, I 100% agree with that. That's a definite. Let's do
I want
it.
to see him so badly.
I do too. I'm really curious about the show. You will have to hold me during Splish Splash though. I may
Yeah.
hyperventilate. Bad memories. Um, broken arm pain. I feel it. Okay, I guess so. Like always, so before we manifest, like always, you can follow us on social media at Love Letters to BUA with one Y on TikTok and at Love Letters to BUA with two Ys on Instagram. Why? Because one Y wasn't available and it sucks. And then also for any business inquiries, please feel free to email us at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. Once more again, it's at loveletterstobroadway@gmail.com. I don't sleep. I'm up all the time because I really don't sleep. But Skylar sleeps, but she wakes up very early, and you'll get her in the morning, and you get me at night.
Yeah.
And manifest. This is my birthday manifest.
Yeah.
Ah, you can manifest first.
Oh, I haven't thought. Wait. Okay. I am manifesting. When does this come out?
This comes
Okay.
out tomorrow.
For whenever we see The Outsiders, not I can't say the date.
Mm.
Um, that it's a Brody Johnny combo
Oh,
with
you mean Josh? You said Brody Johnny.
oh my
It's
God.
always Brody Johnny.
I'm sorry. I meant I don't feel well.
I
Um,
know. We gotta wrap up.
Brody Josh combo and I'm gonna say JPC and soda because I would like to see him.
No, not for my birthday show. I want Davis.
Sorry.
Although, you know what? No, I do agree. I mean, I manifest it's either JPC or Davis. My
Yeah.
preference is Davis or Soda Pop, but I'm happy with either.
I'm just curious.
I'm very curious about both of them. I feel like they
Yeah.
both, their voices, I heard a bootleg, their voices are very similar.
Yeah, I was at
So,
first I was going through the comments waiting for someone to say no, this is JPC. And I was like, oh no, it's actually Davis. Okay. Huh.
yeah, beautiful voice. We heard him
What
sing
you have to
Soda's Letter.
manifest the wait,
Hold on. So I agree with your manifestations. I'm also manifesting that whenever we go,
yeah.
because that is one of the birthday shows. I manifest that um, Josh is on as Johnny. That's really what I
Yeah.
want. And that Brody's on as Pony for you. And we
Yeah.
can have our dream cast that evening. Um, and there are other people in our dream cast that we would like in or would like out, and I manifest that those come true. And
Me too. I agree with that.
and I also manifest that we have a good ASS time because
Yeah.
we also already know we have box seats and we love being in a box.
Love a box.
Um, and I also manifest that we are going to win the lottery for Little Shop of Horrors so I can see Graham Phillips on his
Oh, that's
opening
a
week
good
for my
one.
birthday. That's what I really would love.
So we have to make sure we do it. I'll figure it out.
Yes. And if we don't win for that, I do manifest that we win some sort of lottery. Then the
Yeah.
next day. I'd be open to winning like mincemeat or something and doing that
Yeah.
as the second show of the day. Or, of course, we always could do like a sunset run.
Yeah. Always.
Always. If we do sunset as the second show of the day for some reason, I manifest that somehow our dream finally comes true where we get front row.
On a lottery win.
On not a lottery win, on a rush win.
Isn't that possible?
It is possible. People have done it,
Hmm.
but we'll have to see. But my
Wait, was it
my
in person or online?
I think the one I read was in person. But
Mm.
online we've got in fifth row, so who knows?
You never know.
You never know. So I manifest we're gonna have a fun, glorious day.
Oh,
And
always.
and that
The
yeah.
sun is shining.
hmm
It's
I'm try
like
I'm old.
75.
I'm old. I'll be old.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Nah, 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 nah. I
No,
still got
you're
some more
good.
20s in me.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
love that.
so I just manifest we're gonna have a really beautiful, fun day, and that everyone who we want to be in the show will be in the show.
It's a loopy doopy day.
Yeah, I want a loopy doopy day. Oh, you know what I'm also gonna manifest?
Mm-hmm.
That we have some sort of really impactful stage door experience, and or we just randomly run into someone in the street.
And they go, "Oh my God, is that
Your
Love
love
Letters
letters
to
to Broadway.
Broadway?"
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm. A lot of manifestations this week. I
Yeah.
want good birthday vibes. It's really
Yeah.
the majority of it. But
It
please,
will
please,
be.
please, casting in particular that I want like.
Yeah, definitely. It will be good.
hmm
It's always
hmm
good.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it for this week.
Well, vibes will be higher next week.
Yeah, hopefully you'll be feeling better by then.
Yeah, definitely. It's tough.
Okie dokie. Well,
Have a
thank
good
you all
week,
for listening.
guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.